Is the Democratic Party officially in a state of total collapse, or are they just trying to bury the truth about their own incompetence? When a party spends months investigating why they suffered a landslide defeat, you expect them to own the results, but the DNC has just done the exact opposite. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and keeps us bringing you the unfiltered truth about what's happening in Washington. DNC Chair Ken Martin has officially disowned his own party's 2024 election autopsy. This isn't just a simple disagreement, it is a public, brutal rejection of a document that was supposed to serve as the blueprint for the party's revival. Martin, clearly frustrated by the state of the organization, didn't mince words. He called the 2024 defeat a punch to the gut and admitted that the Democratic brand is in serious trouble, effectively signaling that the party is currently in the midst of an existential crisis. But here is where it gets interesting. Martin didn't just disagree with the report, he actively condemned it. He stated plainly that the report does not meet my standards and that he could not in good faith put the DNC's stamp of approval on it. He released the document only because of a commitment to transparency, presenting it unedited and unabridged, complete with his own annotations picking apart the report's claims for lacking evidence. The report itself paints a scathing picture of a party that lost its way. It argues that Democrats systematically weakened their own infrastructure, slashed support for state parties, and abandoned the grassroots organizing that once powered their wins. It suggests that the party failed to listen to key voting blocs, particularly in Middle America, and allowed Republicans to capitalize on their neglect. Even more damningly, the report includes notes questioning the Harris campaign's strategy, specifically challenging the idea that they relied on the unacceptable nature of Donald Trump rather than building a positive, affirmative case for their own candidate. This brings us to the elephant in the room, the massive, months-long delay. The DNC spent months keeping this report under wraps, initially arguing that releasing it would be a distraction from the midterm elections. But many inside the party saw through that excuse, viewing it as a desperate attempt to cover up internal infighting and strategic failure. There was intense controversy during the compilation phase, specifically reports that the autopsy would intentionally skip over whether Joe Biden should have even run for re-election or judge the 11th-hour decisions made by the Kamala Harris campaign. So, what does this actually mean for the future of the Democratic Party? First, it confirms that the infighting isn't just a rumor, it's an institutional reality. When the DNC chair feels forced to annotate his own party's autopsy to tell the public the report is unreliable, the party is effectively signaling that it has no shared reality. If the leadership cannot even agree on why they lost, how can they possibly fix it? This creates a massive vacuum of power and direction. We are seeing a party that is not just reeling from a loss at the ballot box, but a party that has lost its internal compass. By disowning the report, Ken Martin is trying to save the DNC from being tied to the official version of their own failure, but in doing so, he is broadcasting that the establishment is not currently capable of reform. The outcome is likely to be continued fragmentation. Candidates in the upcoming midterms are going to be forced to choose between the official, sanitized party line and the harsh, unfiltered reality described in this leaked and now disowned document. The public perception is clearly turning. Voters don't like excuses, and they certainly don't like seeing a major political party try to gaslight them with a report that its own leader admits is fundamentally flawed. This is a gift to the opposition, and it highlights a fundamental lack of discipline and cohesion. So, what do you think about this? Is Ken Martin right to call out this report, or is this just another attempt to avoid accountability for the party's failures? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to hear your take on whether the Democrats can actually recover from this. We are watching a historical shift in real time. Whether this leads to a massive overhaul of the Democratic Party or a deeper descent into chaos remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the era of the party establishment controlling the narrative is officially over. Stay tuned, stay informed, and keep asking the hard questions. Thanks for watching.